Hello, everybody. We're here to talk about the 2009, yes, 2009 Marilyn Manson album, The High End of Low, which was a bit of a mixed listen for me the first time. The first time I heard this was a couple of years after it came out, but before Born Villain released, because I distinctly remember it must have been 2011 or early 2012 before Born Villain came out. And I was like, I want to listen to all of Marilyn Manson's music that is available at this time. And I remember that's when I discovered that this album existed because I hadn't heard of it when it came out or until I specifically went to go listen to it all. Yeah, that's the first time that I listened to his entire discography at the time. Right, like I said, Born Villain came out after this, but not much later. Although I didn't end up hearing that for even a couple more years. But anyway, the first time I heard, because I listened to them all in order, and then when I got to High End of Low, I wasn't sure how I felt at first. There are some songs on here that I don't care for, and that has not changed. I have given these songs chances every so often to see if they'll click with me this time, and they never have. And it's always the same couple of songs where I'm just like, I just don't like those ones. One of which being Running to the Edge of the World, which oddly enough is the most played on this album and on Spotify, which I don't know, I'm mildly surprised by. Because it's like 6.5 minutes long, and it's just, I don't know, I just don't care for it. Funnily enough, though, I like a longer song, which I guess that's a spoiler because there's only one option on this album for that. Yeah, the songs that I enjoy off of this album, I really do enjoy them, but it's definitely a situation where like this isn't as a whole really close to being one of my favorite albums, but the songs that I enjoy, I do really like them. But yeah, I feel like this is definitely like not the strongest showing necessarily. With that being said, let's talk about our top three here. So my number three pick is going to be Devour. I don't really have a lot to say about it. I just like it. My number two pick is going to be 15, which, to be a little bit more specific, in this case, the second half of the song in particular, when the song is sort of like calming down in a way where like the instrumentation starts to like fall away, sort of. And then you've got Manson singing over himself in two different like tones, I guess. One is very low and kind of sinister sounding, and then the other one is much higher pitched. But he's kind of singing different statements, and they're overlapping, and I just really like the way that part of the song sounds. It sounds good. Now my number one pick is partially biased. I was gonna kind of tell the story with details kind of sanitized a little bit, but I decided against it because I have no problem talking about like dirty things, I suppose, but I don't necessarily want to put that in these videos because that's not what these videos are about. But I do have a dirty story relating to this song, but I'm not going to tell it in this video. I'll leave it at that. I have an association with this song. But my number one pick is I Want to Kill You Like They Do in the Movies, which this might sound weird, and maybe it is weird. I find vaguely erotic. I don't think it's outwardly erotic necessarily, but there is something weirdly hypnotizing almost about the way the music sounds, and if combined with deviant ass shit, it comes off sort of sexy in a way. I don't know if that's on purpose or not, but that's I know I'm not the only person who thinks that. Again, the fact that it's called "I Want to Kill You Like They Do in the Movies" sort of makes that sound like I'm a psycho, maybe. And also, for some people, I'm sure they would hear it and not even remotely associate any kind of sexuality with it. I understand. That's fine. I'm just saying that is something that I associate with the song a little bit. It is 9 minutes long, which makes it the longest song on this album, and I think the longest Marilyn Manson song, period, because even though Misery Machine is like longer technically, the song is not the full length of the track. So that doesn't count. But in terms of a song that is a song for the whole track, this is Marilyn Manson's longest song, and it is one of my favorite. It's in my top 10 Marilyn Manson songs, period. So obviously it's number one on my top three for this album. So yeah, I suppose that's it. I suppose we're done. Thank you for watching. And next time we will talk about Born Villain, which is the 2012 album. So I'll see you guys in that one. And yeah, I guess that's it.